Hello, my name is Ava, and I'm a senior at GCU, and this is my capstone project. So I do live on campus. I've lived on campus all 4 years that I've been here, and I wanted to do something that had to do with the everyday meals that are provided on campus. There are an assortment of different, some restaurants, some markets, some easy fast food, and the majority of the food on campus that you can get fast food is the fast food. We have Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Jimmy John's, Nectar, Panera, and the list goes on. So as a college student, it's very easy because you have so much going on throughout your day, whether you have classes all day, social interactions, different things going on. It can be super easy and almost sometimes even necessary to have to get a quick option. Now, what sparked my interest in this is that on campus it is difficult to eat healthy with all the different fast food options, but I wanted to go around and show how you can change different meals from fast food, with whether the fries, the shakes, all that stuff is what comes to mind when I think about fast food. And really, there's so many different healthy alternatives you can get at fast food when you need it, very quickly, or when you're in a rush, you've had classes all day and you're tired, you don't feel like cooking food. Every once in a while, it happens to me, but I can now show you all the different fast food places that have healthy alternatives. So when you're there, you can get something that you would maybe have cooked at home. Obviously, cooking at home, getting whole foods should be done, 80% of the time, let's say, but that 20%, whatever that is to you, these healthy alternatives can definitely be a part of somebody's diet while in college. The first place I wanted to start this food journey on campus was Chick-fil-A. I personally love Chick-fil-A. And ever since, being a nutrition major, prioritizing my health and diet more, I struggled because I just love their fries, I love their chicken nuggets, all those good things. And I didn't realize that there's just so many other options that are so much more, high protein, high fiber, healthier alternatives. So I'm going to be showing you a meal that I personally got today. And then I'm going to talk about, there's a few things from Chick-fil-A that I think are great alternatives to their regular, meals. When you think of Chick-fil-A, you think of their Chick-fil-A, fried sandwiches, their chicken nuggets, their French fries, but there's so many different options there that you can choose rather than getting that, and it'll definitely be a healthier choice in the end. So what I got a 8-piece grilled chicken nugget, little entree. You can get 8, 12, and 30, I believe. But I got the 8 because I'm not too hungry today. Sometimes I'd maybe get a 12-piece, but I got the 8 for today. And then I got a kale crunch salad. It's just kale and some a little bit of other thing. I think it's just really kale and some lemon juice and some oil. And I like to mix these together. And then I like to use maybe a buffalo sauce, maybe anything a pretty light dressing on it, or honestly just some lemon juice or some balsamic or something on it is great. And these two together are a beautiful combo at Chick-fil-A, which is a very healthy route rather than getting, for this, instead of getting the crispy chicken nuggets, you can get the grilled, a lot healthier. And then instead of getting the fries and stuff, kale salad, and it's very full and fulfilling. I love this option. I get this a lot, honestly, when I'm in a rush. Today I had lab and for almost 3 hours, and I'm just very hungry, and I just wanted to get some food when I get home, and this is a perfect option. It keeps me full, it keeps me feeling good. I don't feel bloated or feel so like I ate a bunch of bad food. I feel really good. For the macros I'm gonna get into, for the nuggets, they're 130 calories. They're gonna be 3 grams of fat, 1 gram of carb, and then 25 grams of protein, which is great, I think, for an 8-piece grilled chicken nugget. Amazing. And then for the salad, it's going to be 170 calories for this portion, 12 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, and then it's going to be 4 grams of protein. So just a little bit of protein, but honestly better than none. It's going to be 29 grams of protein altogether. And kale is a great fiber source. So it really does. It's a really good, easy, quick meal from Chick-fil-A. The other meal that I didn't get, but I wanted to talk about because I do like to get this a lot, or I do get this a bit, and this is definitely healthier than just getting the regular chicken sandwiches or fries and stuff. It would be their chicken or their Chick-fil-A Cool Wrap. And this is 660 calories, which is, you know, it's a pretty decent sized wrap. So it's like split in half. It's like 300 calories each. And it is very fulfilling. You might not even finish it. 45 grams of fat, 32 grams of carbs, and then 43 grams of fiber, which is great. And it has, you know, cheese, turkey, or chicken, sorry, a lettuce blend. It's just rolled up, and it's really good, and that's another great alternative. So I really enjoyed doing this because it's just like, it's so fun to learn, to like teach people more about how you can dine out. You know, it's okay. I think it's it can be a very scary concept to people to dine out because their immediate response is it's like bad for you, like whatever. And yes, I mean, obviously you can make this at home. You can do this. It's the fast part. Sometimes you just are in a rush and you need something quick, and it's so important to know different healthy routes that you can go. So I look forward to starting this journey with you guys, and I will be back next week for another food place on campus with a healthy alternative. So I'm back for week 2 of talking about healthy alternatives on campus for fast food. This week is Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is one of my personal favorites, and I think there's a lot of ways that you can get healthy alternatives here. And I have a few different sandwich options that will be healthier macro-wise and still keep you full and have energy. The first one is, okay, just to start, most sandwiches are typically put on their like white bread, but to already elevate a sandwich in a healthier alternative way at Jimmy John's or most sandwich places, I would recommend getting there's a wheat bread option at Jimmy John's, changing the bread to wheat bread or to an unwich, which is a lettuce wrapped. It kind of depends. The lettuce wrapped is going to be like a little bit healthier, obviously, with less ingredients, but it's not as fulfilling as a normal sandwich. So just depending on the situation, like if you really are hungry and you want a full sandwich, I would just then opt to the wheat bread option, and that's a way healthy alternative compared to white bread. And yeah, so I think the sandwiches that I'm going to be talking about, all of them are said like on wheat bread because that just makes the sandwich that much healthier. But the first sandwich is a Slim 4 on wheat bread, and this has 370 calories, 26 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, 5 grams of fiber, which is I was really prioritizing this whole project, but on focusing on protein and fiber. And then the carbs is 29 grams. So that's like a good, like, if you're wanting like meat and like the whole thing and you need a healthy alternative, it's really a good option. And then the second one is the veggie sandwich on wheat, which has 720 calories, which is a little bit high, but if it's gonna be a meal, it's not terrible. 30 grams of protein, 41 grams of fat, 7 grams fiber, and 54 grams of carbs. But yes, this one was a little bit difficult for me to find options that had high protein and high fiber, because they're just like, there was a lot of like a lot of fat in these sandwiches and just like a lot of added stuff, which is not the greatest. But obviously when you're going to opt for a fast food option, even the healthy alternative isn't going to be that like healthier than making something fresh at home, and it's situational. So I thought these were 2 great options for that given situation. So I really enjoyed looking at the Jimmy John's menu. Like I said, most of the sandwiches can be turned into an unwich, which is a lettuce wrapped, or like have wheat bread. Those are 2 different options that you can do instead of the white bread. And yeah. Hello, I am back this week for another video talking about healthy alternatives on campus. This one I'm going to be talking about this week is Panda Express on Lopes Way. I was actually pleasantly surprised to find a lot of different healthy alternatives and ways to make it a little bit less than what, usually when I used to go to Panda Express, I just felt like it was just terrible for you just because what I would get. And if you just start like customizing those things that you like into something slightly healthier but very similar, it's just such like a better, like, you don't have to be like scared of it or like feel like you're just like not hitting your goals nutritionally and like physically. You can find healthy alternatives if you are in a rush, if you need to eat something fast food, whatever the situation may be. They have lots of protein options, because what I would get is like orange chicken and like chow mein and the crab rangoons. It's just like none of that. Like the sauce that's in the orange chicken is not that great for you. Chow mein's not that great for you. And I realized that they have healthier things. I just wasn't looking there because I didn't want to look there. But the first menu item is the string bean chicken breast and steamed brown rice. So the string bean chicken breast has 210 calories per serving. I wanted to add for this one the sodium, because the sodium is gonna be high for a place like this, but that's kind of what you're getting yourself into. It's 560 milligrams, 5 grams of sugar, 12 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fat, and 13 grams of carbs. So I thought like they have a few different like grilled chicken options with like not the like heavy orange sauce. So yes, I thought that was a way healthy alternative than to like an orange chicken. And then with the brown steamed rice, instead of like a chow mein, has 420 calories, 1 gram of sugar, 15 milligrams of sodium, 9 grams of protein, which I thought that was actually pretty high for a rice, 4 grams of fat, and 86 grams of carbs. So I thought that was a really good option. And if you're you do have to look at the processed carbs and sodium when you're at Panda, because those can be really high. But if you really look at the ingredients and can find something like as low as possible, it's really great. Like I said, there's a lot of protein options. There's steak, and then I know that there's a beef and like broccoli meal, which also the macros looked really good compared to other things on there. So you just have to like opt for like the more like cleaner protein there. And then like for the carb, like the brown rice is great, and there's just a lot of vegetables that you can utilize as well. Hello, welcome back to this week's Finding Healthy Alternatives on Campus. This specific place is a little bit different than all the other fast food places because, number one, it is an original GCU place that has 2 locations on campus. And then 2, it's not really considered fast food because all the food there is just really healthy in general. But I really wanted to talk about it because it's a really good spot if you're in a rush on campus and you don't even want to opt for like a alternative fast food option. You want really something fulfilling and healthy. This is the place to go for sure. And it is called Purple Greens. There's one by the arena, and then there's one by Diamondback. And it's basically just has a bunch of different build your own bowl situations. They also have like other Asian, like they have pho, they have dumplings, they have other things like that, but their main focus is like just like bowls. And they have a assortment of proteins. They have, because I don't really have an exact for this, I was just gonna talk about what I usually get. I don't have an exact macros on everything and it's just really like, it was hard for me to like narrow it down to like a healthy, because I think all of it's healthy and whatever like you prefer. Like if you want salmon, steak, chicken, whatever, tofu, if you are vegetarian or vegan, they have that as your main protein. You can make it into a salad and have greens as your base. You can make it, they have quinoa, they have brown rice, white rice, all of those different options, which are great base options. And they have assortment of vegetables. And My video cut out, but like I was saying, you basically can just build whatever you want. I usually get chicken and the quinoa with different vegetables, and it's so good. So I really wanted to talk about that place because they have so many different things for what you're feeling. If you just want to get chicken, you can just get chicken. If you just want to get like salmon and rice, great option. So it's just a really good place on GCU that I wish we had more similar things like that on campus. So I'm really glad that we have that. Hello, welcome to another week of going and looking at different healthier alternatives at fast foods on GCU campus. This week is a personal favorite. It's Panera. It's very popular on campus, and definitely when looking at the menu and like the different nutritional facts, a lot of the items can be not great for you in general and just very high calorie, low protein, and very high sodium as well. So when you are wanting to go here, I did find a few great alternatives. The first one I'm going to talk about is more of a breakfast item. So I wanted to do both because I know they do offer breakfast and like lunch and dinner. So the first one is a garden avocado and egg sandwich. And it has 340 calories, 19 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, 5 grams of fiber, and 36 grams of carbs. And for my second option, I decided to do a salad because I do have a lot of salads, and I'm a very big salad person. But sometimes salads can really not be as nutritious as at a fast food place as you would think. And when you're like thinking that you're eating a really healthy salad and like you're really like hitting all your goals, and then you really look at it and you're like, wow, honestly getting the burger or getting the like chicken would have been actually healthier because of all the like dressing and all the things that are in the salad just aren't actually that great. So I wanted to really look at the salads and find something that was like a healthy alternative salad. And the one I found is balsamic chicken greens with grains salad. And I thought this one was more like, just had more to it because it has grains in it, plus the greens, plus the chicken, plus a balsamic dressing, which is typically lower in calorie than like a Caesar or like something like that. And it's 600 calories for the whole salad, 39 grams of protein, which is great for a salad, 30 grams of fat, 9 grams of fiber, and 48 grams of carbs. So I want both these options to have high fiber, high protein for Panera, which I think is pretty good, considering a lot of these options are very high carb at Panera, and having to like balance that, which is okay to have carbs, of course, but being able to balance those is key. So those were the two options that I found that would be great alternatives if you were going to Panera. Hello, I am back for another video, and today we're going to be talking about Habit Burger, which is on campus. It's also a chain around here. I'm from Chicago, so I didn't know about it until I got here, but it has a variety of burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, fries, you kind of name it. It's very wide based, so I was able to find two different options, sandwich options. And they do focus on their burgers, so you can get, which I think is a great option, to get it lettuce wrapped, like a lettuce wrapped burger. That's a great alternative. But I didn't want to do a lettuce wrapped burger because that is kind of like, I wanted to talk about that you can do that, but I also wanted something that's had like bread and carbs in it because I think that's important too. So instead of the regular bun, I decided to opt for the seed bun. So I am going to be talking about their char burger, which is their regular burger, on a seed bun. And this has 500 calories, 21 grams of protein, 31 grams of fat, 2 grams of fiber, and 32 grams of carb. The next one I'm going to be talking about is the ahi tuna filet on seeded bun. A lot of the tuna options at fast food, obviously it's not going to be the best tuna because it's coming from fast food, so you do have to take that into consideration. However, usually tuna is a really good option to be hitting goals and protein and stuff. So I wanted to include this because I haven't included a tuna option. And this has 430 calories, 32 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat, and 2 grams of fiber. And then I'm going to be talking about, I have one more place that I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to be home. So I decided to include it in here. And that is Nectar. It's not necessarily a big food place. It has lots of smoothies and bowls and things, but I still wanted to include it because there's only a few places on campus like this, and I wanted to include a good smoothie place, because sometimes when you go to smoothie places, it is very common for it to have just a bunch of added sugar, a bunch of syrups, and it just really ends up not being healthy at all. And between Nectar and Jamba Juice, which is also on campus, Nectar is a lot healthier in the way that I literally watch them blend in a thing raw fruits and vegetables into it and use that, and they don't use any sugar or additives. So I think that's amazing, and I really love their protein smoothies. So I'm first going to talk about that, which is the Health Nut Smoothie. In a regular size, it's 500, which is pretty big, is 590 calories, 27 grams of protein, 23 grams of fat, 11 grams of fiber, and 60 grams of carbs. And then for my second one, I decided to do a smoothie / juice. I also really like their juices. I get the my video cut out again, but like I was saying, I wanted to talk about a juice / smoothier option, which is the Glow Better in the regular size. And this has a bunch of different fruits and vegetables basically in a juice form. It's really good as well. And it's 300 calories, 15 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, 7 grams of fiber, and 45 grams of carbs. And this concludes, and these are just great options, and this concludes my overall capstone project. And I'll definitely be discussing in my presentation how much I've learned and how much knowledge I've gained and how fun it was for me to do this. And I had such a great time doing this, and I have been very busy with just my work, school, and everything, so it was hard for me to find an internship at this time, but I'm really glad I was able to do some hands-on project and able to really look at what I'm eating for fast food and to help others eat healthier when they do have to eat fast food. So thank you for following me along on this journey, and I really hope I gave some great insight and knowledge on fast food alternatives.